When I first discovered HairSmart, I started on the laser cap exclusively. And because of my chemical sensitivities and migraine triggers, I was afraid to start any of the other things. The laser cap worked very nicely. To my dismay, I was not able to go at the time to go on some of those other products. Although, even starting the vitamin and the DHT blocker, I just think that was so short-sighted of me and so naive uh, that those I could have gone on. Those would have been just fine. Post chemo, post radiation, th those would have been just fine. So now, come around this time, I'm currently on the laser cap, the 304, and I'm going to be starting the DHT and the multivitamin. In addition, for the herbal stuff, for the topical, because I want to add not just so we've got the external laser cap, internal, working the internal health with the vitamins and the DHT. It's going to be a must, right, for male pattern baldness. And then I want to do the oil and serum. I'm going to try one at a time. So I'm
So,
actually
Grant, once you started using the laser cap, what happened?
in the beginning, as I was told, I would lose hair. And I thought, okay, well, that makes sense because it's out with the old, in with the new. And that makes sense because the ones that are going to fall out anyway, that's just sped up. But I noticed probably after about a month, or if it was even a little before, I started noticing um, a little more hair growth because at that point I was really looking at the top of my head quite frequently, and even in the widow's peak or even the peaks, the corners, and then over a couple more months after that, I absolutely noticed more head of hair than I had post chemo, right? Because post chemo, you see all the little nubs come in, it's all at the same time. So, and I have pictures of myself post chemo as it's growing in. And then if I fast forward to even like a year later after that, I had more hair. So there was more hair follicles, right? So there was more density. And like I said, the texture was so nice. I come from a family of fine hair, thin hair, thin head of hair. So this was really, really refreshing. And like, especially when I was saying that even I would do the bumps every, once a week or so post 6 months of the laser cap. Like as I was, I would go do this, like, oh, that feels so good.
So, how did your family and friends react? Did they notice it?
I think my wife did. My wife did.
What did
And
she
but
say?
otherwise not so much.
What did she say?
Your hair looks nice.
Hmm.
Your hair looks really nice.
And like fast forward now, um, your hair round. By the way, it looks great. You look great.
Thank you.
Is it how much percent wise, or if you can put a number to it, how different is it now than at the peak of your hair loss? Like, obviously, hopefully, we have a picture from you to share with everybody. But can you like give a before and after image for us in our brain?
Before and after, we're still in the before
Okay.
because right now, so I restarted the laser cap, I think it was 3 weeks ago. So I definitely noticed the out with the old. Probably about a week ago, I really started noticing, I'm like, oh, okay. So I've lost more hair because those are going to go anyway in the next, I don't know, number of weeks. So we just sped that up. And I'm glad I'm having a good hair day today. I appreciate that. Um, because now it's actually coming close to a month, right? Where I've been on the cap, uh, and DHT and vitamin are coming on order. So maybe that the stuff that was in the telogen phase is out, and so now that's hopefully stabilized. And so we'll see in the next, after this, the next number of months, we'll start seeing that density. So we should revisit this. We should do another
Okay.
Zoom,
But
revisit
like,
this in another few months.
but you also shared how with HairSmart post chemo, it really helped you bring your hair back. So after chemo and having male pattern for your entire life, up from 16 all the way up in your early 50s, from that point until what we see today, what difference, how much different is your hair today?
Let's see if I answer your question and then you can
So, like
direct
at
me.
the, what I guess what I'm trying to ask is, what was at the worst point? How did your hair look at the worst point of the hair loss in your life?
I would say the worst point was about a month ago, or maybe not, maybe it's like 2 months ago, where I really said, "Oh man, I can't go on." Yeah. So that was the kicker for me to say I'm back on the program.
Okay.
I will also tell you this: post post chemo, post radiation, then doing the HairSmart laser cap. Did the program 6 months, bumped, every week or so for a number of months after. That was 2023. It's 2026, mid 2026 right now. I'm so what I'm gonna say is from 2023 to 2025, and it worked for that long. So, so this isn't a type of thing where the medication you do medication and as soon as you stop, your hair falls out. So, what I saw is the results lasted and lasted and lasted until maybe like a year ago or so, 10, 12 months ago, where it started thinning and thinning and more male pattern. So that's why I say it worked and it lasted, and then slow loss until it's what I started noticing, whether it was accelerating or not. I'm going to say I felt it started accelerating. And
You know, light energy stacks in your hair. So that's why. Basically, this is of one of the most commonly asked questions. What will happen to my hair if I stop using treatment? And my answer is, let's draw an analogy with you working out and eating right and really making a healthy body out of your body. And because low level laser therapy, all these vitamins, this entire protocol, it's very natural and it actually makes your body better. It actually makes your cells better. You have increased cellular level metabolism, increased ATP production. So it actually makes those cells function better and you are a healthier version of yourself. And we are not managing symptoms, you're actually making the hair follicle a better functioning organ. So if you stop giving it all the good stimuli like diet and exercise, analogy for weight, you're not going to turn into a pumpkin in the very next moment. You're gradually going to lose the results because you actually made your body a healthier, better functioning body. So it is actually pretty accurate that you're not going to just immediately the next day shed everything. It will take a minute to get there. For some, it
yeah,
can be faster, for some, it can be slower. I think for you, it was much slower because overall, you're very much on a health path, on a very healthy lifestyle.